Good evening, VPG! Welcome. Thursday night, match day number 18. We are now officially more match days than seasons ever in VPG. Match day 18, season 17, Thursday nights. Usually the night where we have the best looking games and the best kind of turnout of games. And that is exactly what we are hoping for tonight. And to make sure that happens, or at least to give us the best chance of that happening, we've rustled up these four little gems for you. Kochi TV, welcome in. We are joined by Royalty, as well as Joe, Joel, Big Dog, Big J. Welcome in, guys. EVORA taking on Bunny Club. That is 13th place, 10th in the VPG UK Premier. Two very good attacking teams, and also a star-studded EVORA side now. A couple of new signings to go alongside that Bunny Club that they've kept us entertained all season, basically. And they'll be looking to do exactly the same in probably about 2 or 3 minutes' time. Which gives us a little bit of a window to talk about this game. This might as well be the main event of the evening, because you may notice there's a player down there for Black Sheep. Some of you might be saying he's on the wrong side. He's not on the wrong side. 21 goals for EXITO this season. In the back end of week number 6, he's moved across to Black Sheep, as has Viner as well. More on that to follow. That's in about half an hour's time. Stick around for that if you like grudge matches. And then we go across to the big boys. I mean, Black Sheep and EXITO both in the Esports Premier, so there's big boys everywhere tonight. But this is second place, NBD taking on GSK, the battle of the acronyms. Loved writing this down. 6 letters. Let's go. That's your game number 3. And then finally, the main event of the evening. It is a repeat. I say it is a repeat of earlier on in this season's streams. MZ EFOOT taking on ALWAHA. This time MZ are at home, but don't be fooled by that flag. They are very much France-based. So I wanna talk up MZ, of course, give them as much energy as they need, but look, they're gonna need it because ALWAHA are top of the league, and yeah, they're like a freight train at the moment, boys and girls. They will take some stopping. So that is your fixture list for tonight, and there's a game that you didn't ask for. Right, EVORA taking on Bunny Club. I'm going to see where they are, because like you just saw, EVORA are still in a game, which is slightly worrying. What you will have seen, though, on your screens is the fact that the Mr. VPG is there playing in it himself, so no one's calling default on that man, put it that way. But yeah, let's talk a little bit on that, because it's one of those things where I didn't not know, but also I forgot, so I may well have not have known. Delosa is supposed to be taking a season off. This is the second team he's appeared for on stream. Welcome into EVORA and Delosa playing on wide midfield again. You guys know how I feel about this man playing wide midfield, but it's the only time I'm gonna say don't play Cam, because you've got Vane Goat there, and you don't need Delosa's play Cam when you got Vane Goat. I'm just gonna say it now. 31 assists for this season for Vane Goat. Just tells you everything you need to know. 6 wins in 9 for EVORA, just the 1 loss. They are second in Elite B. So, talking of big boys, they may very well be one of said big boys, which may explain why Delosa's gone over there. Glory Hunter. He's joined by former teammate Keenan Page, who is leading the line tonight alongside Weird B. Keenan, 24 goals, and I think that says 30 games this season. That's insane. That is actually insane. Owen's on 16 as well, which again is a very good total. Bunny Club, Samu in goal, always good value. Look out for Ewan, one of the best cam. Let's say centre midfielders, because I keep saying cam, but he's never in cam on stream. Wienst is in that top 3 of best performing players for Bunny Club, and he is also the manager. So leading by example. Speaking of leading, they are going to have to do this tonight without their leading goal scorer, Dutton. He's on 21 goals this season. It's the second time in succession that Bunny Club have been on stream, and he's not played, so I'm not sure what it is about us. But Mac from wide midfield, 12 goals this season. Wiens from the other side, 10 goals this season. And Wolf, the signing from EXITO, who of course we're seeing after this game, he's got 8 in 6 since he signed. So not a bad return. Look, there's goals. There's goals basically everywhere. Is a very long way of saying that. Welcome in, Prestogram. Expect fireworks. 2 very good footballing sides, and 2 sides that like a bit of carnage and chaos. Can play it on the deck, can go direct, and you never know what you're going to get with them. And they play in this lovely pink kit. From right to left then, it is Bunny Club taking on the All Blacks EVORA. From left to right here is Mr. VPG himself, losing possession early on. PJ of formerly PCW Laberry fame. Hibbard signing from Engine at the beginning of the season. Become a stalwart for this EVORA side. Pinged out to that far side where Keenan Page takes it under his spell. Gives it to his former teammate and former gaffer, Mally, who I was talking to before this game kicked off actually. 3rd highest rated player in EVORA this season, despite being loaned out for, what was it, a week or 2? Crazy stuff. Good play from EVORA, although C27 muscles Vane go off of the ball. Trickish Wolf gives it to his new strike partner, PJ. Tackler into Wolf. Tricky customer, that man. Mac, their leading goal scorer when Dutton's not around. It's a good save, and a big shout to Smeegs as well, who is debutising on stream for EVORA in place of Mads tonight. And Mads, I feel like, is an ever-present for this EVORA side, but it's Smeegs tonight, and proving why he is in net tonight with a good handy save, pardon the pun. 10 minutes in. Here is the gaffer, who in whatever game they were playing in before this, scored, which is usually how it goes. Delosa gets wrong side, but gets himself offside. Good line from Bunny Club. Nice and high as well. Like I said, both of these sides, usually free-flowing, attacking sides. And that'll be why they're on the stream right now. Rise playing in centre midfield tonight. I think we last saw him play for Class as early as this week. So that must be a brand new signing for Bunny Club. Mac. Far side. Back to Tackler. Delosa's in there. Wins it back. Plays a 1-2. Can't go down the line. So forced back to Leighton. And Bunny Club win it high up with lots of players forward. Trickish Wolf. Edge of the box is opening up for him. Has the shot. Falls nicely. Smeegs there again. And holds on to it. His lovely salmon-coloured kit is kind of clashing with the pink of Bunny Club, but maybe that's the secret. Maybe that is the secret. Another good stop from him. But EVORA at the moment, architects of, and it's not their own downfall, of course, because it's still 0-0, but architects of their potential impending, because if they carry on giving it away with players like Trickish, like Wiens, like Mac and Ewan around, there's only so long they'll be able to hold on for. Here is Vane Go. He's had to drop deep to get his side ticking over, but even he is forced back. And Yayan picks that one out. Wolf into Tackler, who's seeing a lot of the ball so far. PJ turns, skins his man, but cannot break through. Someone's left something on someone. It's Yayan as well. Wouldn't normally expect that from him. Normally a consummate professional. 11 assists this season. He's their highest assister, as you probably would guess. Weird B, not many touches for him so far this game. Gets it into Vane Goat, back to Mac. Mally looking for striker's feet this time is the freshly booked Yayan, who intercepts. Big switch is on, big switch it is. Douse, the highest rated player for Bunny Club, is the centre half. C27 helps on his way. Good play. They're all playing on the last shoulder, and that is why Harrison manages. Oh no! PJ Glashy closes down the goalkeeper. It's so unfortunate, but hats off to the striker. He smelt goals, and it's inadvertently found the back of the net, and you can't say it hasn't been coming, but I don't think anyone could have guessed that was going to be the cause of it. Bunny Club 1, EVORA 0, and truth be told, EVORA just haven't got going in this opening half an hour, and Bunny Club, I mean, they've got their tails up from a really strange goal, but they are not going to care one bit, and they're more than capable of saying they probably deserve that. What have EVORA got in the locker in response? A big switch of play. Quino takes it down, flicks it up, squares it across. Weird B is there, but Douse paying him close attention. And to be fair, it's the first time we've said Quino's name on this near side. Delosa into the back post. Quino's there again, into Weird B. This time, Douse and co cannot keep it out. EVORA, that is what they do best, boys and girls. You cannot keep a good side down, and that is exactly what this EVORA side is. A very good side. Second in Elite B. You would think their focus would be on that for the rest of this season. But this is a good warm-up for it, if that's how they're going to approach this. 13th in the UK Prem. Here is Rise. Quino. Now all of a sudden, I've said his name. He took offense to me saying he's barely touched the ball. Bam. There's an assist, a key pass, and an interception in his own box. All within the space of 5 minutes. We love that man. Wolf looking for a strike partner. Mally is there. Do what Mally does best. This season anyway. Intercepts. Vane go over the top. What a ball. That is Keenan Page. First time he's hit the post. Oh, it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate for Keenan Page and EVORA and Vane Goat as well, looking for assist number 32 of the season. I think that post is still shaking from being rattled by the EVORA top goal scorer. 24 goals this season for Keenan Page. Quino into Vane Goat. That ball over the top was sensational. Dropped it on a dime. They're not done yet. Keenan Page there again. Good defensive work. And tell you what, might well be a booking. I tell you what, for as good as Bunny Club were in that first half an hour, the last 15 minutes has been all EVORA. Minus this booking that I don't know who that was. It's not going to tell me either. Why would it? Why would it? Ball goes not over the top. Ball goes out. The referee, for some reason, wants Lane to throw it back in, so he will. And that takes it to half-time. It took a while to heat up, but heat up it's most certainly done. A couple of bookings, a couple of goals, and game on a knife edge. That is exactly how we like it, boys and girls. EVORA 1, Bunny Club 1 after 45 minutes. Look, EVORA come into this in top form. 6 wins in 9, just the 1 loss. Bunny Club, I didn't get a chance to say it in the intro. 3 wins in their last 5, which, yeah, absolutely fine. The 2 losses in those 5, 2 times 4-3 losses. So they are either a side who win or lose with style. So again, really happy to have these guys on. They're actually 10th in Elite B, so both of these sides in both of the same league. So again, it's the night of grudge matches tonight, and long may that continue. Anything we can do to add a little bit of spice to proceedings, I'm more than happy to do that. More than happy to do that. Right, let's see what the next 45 minutes has in store for us. EVORA to kick us off. Match number 1 of 4, the VPG UK Premier. Let's get this done. EVORA in the black from right to left. And it is Bunny Club in their traditional pink from left to right. Delosa picks it up, slides it through to Keenan Page, gets the shot off. Samu, bread and butter. In no rush. Fires it. Finds Mac. Good work from the boys in pink. Mac with a bit of green to run into instead. Plays it inside. Quino, though, very narrow for a wide midfielder. Rise comes across, wins that back. The former class man. Forward it goes to Weenst. Tries to go past Hibbard. Not many do. Not many do. He will get a throw in for his troubles. Here's the gaffer who drops off. Sends it long. He is their highest rated player. A good flick on by Weirdbee, but did stray. Yeah, Lord Harrison, manager and highest goal scorer. Red for light into Yayan, given away. Mac picks that up. Quino into Vane Goat. Cuts back, looking for the back sticks. Good save from Samu. It was Delosa at the back post as well. Samu, you sure you want to be making those point-blank saves against the big boss? Find his account banned tomorrow. Excellent stop. Corner kick. Near post, of course, it's going to go towards this man, Harrison. Gives it back to Vanecoat, who swings in. He's creating all kinds of problems out there at the moment. It's a bit of a goal-scoring cam, as well as an assister as well. And Dello leaves one on his man. Goes into the back post. Leighton is there. Good clearance. Down the line it goes to Keenan Page. Vanecoat have an idea where this one might be going. Excellent defending, question mark? No, I mean, it was good defending because he tracked his man, but the striker got on the end of it, and I tell you what, he's rifled it, and it didn't look too far away from the back of the net. EVORA cooking. Since going a goal down, EVORA have been cooking. Here's the gaffer for Bunny Club. Weensed into PJ. Tackler helps it on its way. Mac drops the shoulder into Trickish Wolf. Good block. Back to the leading scorer, and Smeegs makes another save. Good stop from him. Good work. His third save of the night. Again, game on a knife edge. It's how we like it up here. I'm sure it's delightful to play in. Mac does well until he doesn't. Vanegoat digs him out. Yeah, he's so classy. He is so classy. Speaking of classy, there is exactly the same outcome as in the first half, except it's Keenan Page's turn to slam the ball into the back of the net. Quino picks up his second assist, but that ball in from Mr. VPG himself, it deserved something on the end of it. Quino happily obliged from left midfield to right midfield and into one of two strikers in form at the moment for EVORA. Weensed back to Yayan. Mac is there having a good second half despite being on a booking. Quino, C27 does well, stops that going into the channel. Weensed again, puts his foot on it, tries to go round the outside, but again, Hibbard is there. I don't want to play against Hibbard. I don't want to play against any of these guys, to be fair, but Hibbard is up there at the top. Weirdbee about 90 yards away from where he really wants to be, but anything for the side. It'll be a crucial 3 points if EVORA manage to stay in the lead, which may prove difficult because Bunny Club are a side, like I said, they either win or they lose with style. Now, this game is not over at all because there is Ween Smeegs. I mean, it went into his midriff like a tractor beam, and that's how you know the positioning is on fleek. Mac, tell you what, over the top it goes. Quino stabs it goalwards, and the frame of the Bunny Club goal has been hit for the second time this evening. Quino with the Tommy toe punt. I mean, considering it is on such a knife edge as well. Glashy lad, take a bow. That was classy. Both sides doing absolutely everything. It should be about 4-3. Smeeks does come to collect eventually. It should be about 4-3. If it wasn't for the goalkeepers and the Bunny Club framework. And what I was going to say before EVORA opened this Bunny Club side up again was just a touch on this man, Mac. He's having a superb second half. I mean, not to say he didn't have a good first half, but he's been sensational this second half. Maybe he should start on a booking. Tackler into and helps on its way to Weens, who's looked lively this second half. Good ball out to Mac into Trickish Wolf Leighton. Superb positioning from that man. The CDM for Bunny Club picks it up. Rise. Tackler now 40 yards from goal to Wolf. Goes round the outside, just about holds onto it. Keeping it on the deck for now. Into Glashy Lad Hibbard, who's been solid. Absolutely solid. Revelite down to C27. And into the back post. Leighton is there, not for the first time tonight. Delosa, his pass cut out by Douse. Now they're a bit short-handed at the back. Mac slides it through to Wolf, but same old, same old. Smeeks is on top form tonight. Save number, I'm assuming it's 5. Could very may well be more, and may well need to be more here. It's PJ Glashy Lad, just like in the first half. A bit of a classier finish this time. He has found a way past Smeeks. Finally. And Bunny Club have leveled deep into this game. And I don't think either side are happy to settle for a draw here. Glashy Lad into Mac. The other Mac wins it back. But there's Douse. Oh, you don't want it to fall to the centre half there. And it did. And I tell you what. They are on an overload here. Weird B into Quino. Mally gives it back to Weird B. Samu, it's fantastic stuff. Excellent save from that man. It'd been a while since we'd seen him make a world-class save. It was too long. Lord Harrison flicks it on at the back sticks. Oh, they are so close. Can we just carry on playing, please? How can we leave it there? It finishes EVORA 2, Bunny Club 2. Can we just carry on playing? You guys are going to go into extra time anyway. What a game that was. What a second half that was. Superb stuff from both sides. Again, this is why we pick these teams, these games. A lot goes into the decision process. I promise you that. It's one of the most difficult things of doing this whole thing. And when we get games like that, it's nice because it proves every now and then we know what we're talking about. Believe it or not. I mean, I guess it is congratulations EVORA and Bunny Club because you put on a really good show. I guess slight commiserations simply because EVORA were leading until the 88th minute. But boys, look, thank you very much for putting on a show. Thank you very much for stay for the death match. To be fair, we do have a bit of time. I mean, I can see no one's playing, so I did go back though. Let it be known, I did go back. No one's really playing, no, are they? That's not how it works, if you didn't know. They stay in to get their stats, I think, still a thing. I mean, it's March. You would think they would sort that out by now, but hey-ho. Right. Let's talk about... We've got a lot to talk about here. We've got a lot to unpack. EXITO are beating Clarity 1-0 on my other screen, so I'll keep you posted on that whilst we talk about... this. It is third plays fourth. A lot to unpack here. Let's start with the obvious one. 21 goals this season, 25 assists. Dancing Dog, aka Connolly, has made the switch over to Black Sheep. Controversial, yes. But that's just Connolly. That's just Connolly. Ibs partners Connolly up front tonight. Interestingly, Ibs takes the place of Sentinel. Sentinel drops down into centre midfield. Now, don't get me wrong. These world-class players, which Sentinel is, can play anywhere. Maybe even goalkeeper, who knows. But I mean, when you've got a striker of that ilk, we will wait to see. Put it that way. We will wait to see. See Brennan Ibaster on the flanks, and the return of Kano, who last time out, I think it was in the RSN game, he was sensational. So he'll be looking to carry on that form. That was Tuesday, which they won 2-0. Viner's also come across with Connolly. Apparently they're a package deal. He partners a very strong, I mean, a back five with Lemieux in front of them, I guess. Lee Jacko and Fletch. Matt D23 is between the sticks tonight. And then over on the other side, the home side, for what it's worth, Dizzy in net. Pretty good start, to be fair. MXCR looking to continue his fine form. Westy's been really good when we've seen him on stream. I feel like he came out of absolutely nowhere. No Tommy tonight, which is a massive talking point. Here's their second highest rated player. Sam and Chris C are on the flanks, 9 and 8 goals respectively for those two. So they'll be looking to fill the void that Connolly leaves in terms of goals and assists. And Smudger puts himself up front again to partner Devo this time. Devo, their leading goal scorer, with 13 goals. I think it's just a case of get the ball to Devo. In terms of EXITO, get the ball to that man. He's the man who can do the damage. And quite frankly, Black Sheep will be saying the same thing about his old strike partner Connolly in their dressing room as well. It's a real barn burner. It's a real grudge match. And these two have played each other a few times this season. They're both in the Esports Premier. But I want to talk about, because it's funny, I want to talk about the last time these two played. EXITO 4, Black Sheep 2. Viner man of the match, and a goal as well. For EXITO, of course. Connolly scored 2 for EXITO, of course. So, 1, can we get another 6 goals? That'd be fantastic. And 2, are we going to see any celebrations for either of those two? Stay tuned to find out. EXITO are just finishing off their game. They did run out 1-0 winners against Clarity. At this stage of the season, look, we've got next week. I think then it's week number 8 and we should be done and dusted, save for a bit of a mopping up exercise on the Monday of week 9. So we are really getting into the business end of this season now. So a win in any fashion is exactly what any side wants in any league right now. Right, let me just check the Discord, make sure these guys are all where they need to be, which does look like that is the case. I'll type in all caps because I can't be bothered to turn it off. Yeah, and I'll take you into the lobby of EXITO, the home side for tonight. Well, no, actually, they're the away side tonight. 3 wins in 5, although they have lost their last to the 2 BPG Esports Premier games on Tuesday. So that was their first win in 3 tonight. Back on the horse for those guys. Black Sheep, exactly the same. 3 wins in 5, including that 2-0 win over RSN on Tuesday, where they looked real good value, especially in the second half as well. Lee Jacko and Fletch. Makes more sense if I got this up, really, don't it? Lee Jacko and Fletch, 2 of their 3 highest rated players. And Bailey, who is not in the team again tonight. He is number 3, missing tonight. And look, you know, a lot will be spoken about Connolly coming over. We've said it for weeks now. Black Sheep have been crying out for a goal scorer. I didn't mean go and steal him from EXITO, but whatever, needs must. And you know, I've been saying for weeks, Hannix and JC, they're 2 highest goal scorers on 11 goals, but I've not seen them for 2 or 3 weeks now. And then without those 2, it's Brad Sheeran and C. Brennan on 6, 2 midfielders. So they've been crying out for goals. So I get why you would bring a player of his return in. Tommy, welcome in, buddy. Welcome. Almost on commentary tonight was Tommy. I'm not sure I would have trusted him in this one. Maybe I would have just turned his volume down a little bit on this one. But like I said in the intro, EXITO are Tommy list tonight. But look, Bread Sheeran, React Bots, who I think is Clubs Coins, and Westy in tonight. It's without Smudger, without Tommy. Those three aforementioned are not going to like me saying it, but it's depleted in the sense of not having Tommy in your side for any VPG. UK Premier side is obviously going to weaken the side, but Smudger up front, I've said all season, more than capable of playing there. More than capable of playing there. In fact, it's where we originally found him. And I was shocked he went and played midfield. So him back up front tonight with Devo. I think as much as it's a case for Connolly to say, how do I word this? Hi, mate. Are your ears burning? Oh, your ears burning. What odds are we giving on a Viner goal tonight? Man of the match in the return fixture, by the way, if you didn't catch that earlier. The point I was going to make was I feel like this is a chance for EXITO to say to Connolly, as much as it's a chance for Connolly to say to EXITO, this is what we can do. And I don't want to pencil it as a grudge match for that reason, because there's enough of it in clubs already, but we can't not build it up as a grudge match. I'm sure they'll all shake hands afterwards. I'm sure of it. But more to the point, it is third place, fourth. And when you look at the top of that table, it is tight. And Black Sheep have got games in hand, so they are just... I said it in the EVORA Bunny Club game, and with EXITO winning that game against Clarity 1-0. At this stage in the season, you take what you can get. If you play poorly and win 1-0, I don't think anyone cares. Whereas at the beginning of the season, sometimes the performance is just as important. But as of right now, we are at the business end of the season, and two businessy teams have just entered the fray. It is EXITO taking on Black Sheep, and it is Black Sheep in the white. Why do you do this to me? Which means EXITO are in the Napoli kit. And if you're not familiar with the kits, that's blue and white. Sentinels playing centre midfielder tonight, despite being one of the best centre forwards in Europe. Kano, man of the match on Tuesday. I'm just going to call it that. Here is Ibasta. Good to see him back and getting a good run in a team. Devo down the line too. Here's Gaffer, who I'm sure has had a lovely couple of days since Tuesday. Love you back in CDM tonight. Lee Jacko helps that around the corner to C. Brennan, who's got a lot of space on this near side. Number 77 drops the shoulder into the new signing Connolly. Kano gives it back to him. XM is there, wins it back for EXITO. Sam does like a goal on stream. 9 goals so far this season. Was VPG UK Premier Winger of the Season last season, by the way. Coming up against Lee Jack on that near side. It'll be a good battle. Here is Club's Coins into Bread Sheeran, and of course, once of Black Sheep fame himself. Good turn. Loses his man. Looking up. Finds Smudger into who I'm assuming is Devo. Viner and co do well. Goes long, but MS is there once again. Love you. To Ibasta playing deep at the moment. Sentinel into Ibs. Lays it off. Sentinel again. I said in the intro, look, he is one of the best strikers out there, but they're also world-class players. You could play him anywhere. You could play Sentinel at centre-half if you really wanted to. C. Brennan loses one. Westy back there defending. Gets taken out by C. Brennan. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And we queried whether or not this man was going to celebrate. I think he was celebrating before it went in. It's heartbreak for EXITO, but I tell you what. I think even the most diehard EXITO fan has to say, yeah, fair play. Because that's a finish. That is a finish and a half. The deadlock broken. It took 17 minutes for the man on everyone's lips to make an impact. Good work from C. Brennan ahead of that. 1-0. 22nd goal of the season for Connolly, a.k.a. Dancing Dog. I thought that was going to be a mystery penalty there. All eyes on EXITO now. 20 minutes in. That's why you're not up here, Tommy. I can imagine you being up here as that goal went in. Oh dear, yeah, he could have. I couldn't have chucked it more into the top corner than that. Unreal, unreal. Viner down the line it goes to Sentinel. Ibes seems to be the one of the two dropping off short. MXCR in there, gives it to Devo. Clubs Coins looks for that instant pass into feet, but Viner does well. See Brennan getting way too much space on this near side. He is cooking right now. Kano. Good feet from him as well. Doubled up. Much better from Sam and Co. Good press from Kano. Will be a goal kick though. Dizzy into Hayes. Bread with the big switch. Another player who knows all about switching between these two sides. Is the tail of the tape tonight. Kano. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tommy, you might know this. Are they playing each other again tonight, did I hear? Or did I make that up? Because they are in the VPG Esports Premier, of course. Connolly, the goal scorer, into Ibes. Gets it back. Westy is there, but falls at Kano's feet. That's what Tommy was crying out for. An excellent save from Dizzy. Kano is such a problem from centre midfield. Connolly with the corner, can't beat the first man. Sentinel pings it back in though. Jacko stayed up from centre half. Westy with the clearance. Fletch helps it on its way to Sentinel. 40 yards from goal. Looks for the feet of one of his two strikers, Brad Sheeran. Out he comes with it. Yeah, they are playing each other straight after this. Oh dear. Ibes into Sentinel. I thought he was going to go for the Travella there. Thought against it. Viner wrong side of his ex-gaffer. But his new teammates help him out. Win it back for the team in the ascendancy right now. It is Black Sheep. They've got games in hand as well as being ahead of their rivals in the UK Premier. Devo helps it on to Sam. I tell you what, I think he rolled his man there as well, forcing C. Brennan back. But the roulette did not help. And I tell you what doesn't help is giving it to this man, Connolly, in this form. The reverse pass to Kano. Looks for another cheeky reverse pass. Reverse pass City right now. Sentinel left one on his man a few minutes ago. Went to ground. Connolly sends a man for a Twix. Back post is on Sam. Good recovery. Kano there again. That press from Black Sheep, so impressive. But EXITO live to fight another day. Smudger forced to go back. All the way back it goes to Dizzy and his centre halves. MXCR goes long, but it's bread and butter. I tell you what, that might be the longest header I've ever seen in this game. That went about 70 yards. I mean, I don't know why MXCR thought he'd try and keep that, and he didn't, but that could have ended badly. Hayes into MX. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Big switch. Once again, Black Sheep win it high up. EXITO at the moment just not hitting those dizzy heights, pardon the pun. Barely out of second gear, which, if they want to get anything out of this game, they need to, for sure, switch things up. But so far, so good for Black Sheep, and a Connolly-inspired Black Sheep. He has been the difference maker in this first 45 minutes. His goal separates the two sides. It is EXITO 0, Black Sheep 1. No guesses for who the goal scorer was. Yeah, like I said, just coming off of that first half, EXITO I think will be disappointed, not necessarily with being a goal down, but just with the performance. They seem to be playing within themselves a little bit. It's a big occasion for sure, and I think when Smudger gets them in, it's got to be the tale of play the game, not the occasion, because we know there's a lot more to come from these EXITO boys. That being said, Black Sheep, when they've had the ball, have looked really good. Sentinel and Kano in centre midfield running things at the moment. See Brennan just having a field day on this near side. I take nothing away from those boys, because in and out of possession they've been fantastic, especially out of possession. The press has been brilliant. We saw it work really well on Tuesday against RSN as well. And they seem to be able to do it to the best in the business, which, you know, I would put EXITO in that category, especially in the UK Premier. And they've come out of the traps flying. Have EXITO as Bread Sheeran stabs that one goal. It's first time Matt D23 has been called upon tonight, and he is equal to the effort from the former Black Sheep boy. Everybody. Corner for EXITO. Free header, MXCR to MS. Back sticks it goes. Matt D once again equal to it. Happy to take his sweet time with this one. To Viner. Down the line it goes to Sentinel. Can't shake off Bread Sheeran, his ginger afro. Good throwing. Down the line it goes to Chase. They will move up 10 yards. Ibasta this time. Equally good throwing. Sentinel, chance to take it down. Inside it goes to Ibes. Forced to come back once again. But Black Sheep happy to keep the ball. Clubs Coins wins it back. Devo cuts inside now. Finds the channel with his gaffer. Smudger trying to go around the outside. That drag back was silky. Keeps possession for his side. But Kano once again with that press chooses not to play the early pass. Instead goes to the back post. MXCR is there. Good clearance. Smudger and Sentinel fighting for this one. They've got players over, and it's Ibasta finds the back of the net once again. The top corner of the EXITO net is rippled, and this time it is Ibasta's turn. A stalwart of clubs 11v11s, that man. A classy man with a classy finish. And it doubles the lead for Black Sheep, just as EXITO were really starting to tick over in this game. Probably their best spell in the opening 60 minutes, such as clubs. It's a cruel mistress, especially when teams are pinching your players. Ibes into Sentinel. Black Sheep cooking. Kano. Sentinel. Back to Kano. It's sexy football. It's a good save from Dizzy. Read that well. Got a hand to it. Got a strong hand to it as well. Turned it behind for a corner. A third for Black Sheep here. Kills it. Easy as that. Connolly swings it in. MXCR repels. It's going to come straight back to them. Westy does well. Takes a touch. Finds Sam MFC. Bread into Smudger. First time shot from Devo. Excellent stop from Matt D23. Similarly to Dizzy, turns it behind. EXITO a chance to half the deficit here. What they would give for a goal. Anything will do. Oh, it's a great save from Matt D. Made it look easy, but the positioning was superb. MXCR with the header. He did well to get himself free, and it was an excellent header, of course it was. But in these trying times, what he would give. And it might not be done yet. Just can't find its target. Tommy's seen enough. Connolly. Green to run into instead. Cuts it back to C. Brennan. Gets the 1-2 from Kano, who once again has been sensational. Westy to Devo. Just about holds on to it. Sam. Space to attack. And that is exactly what he does. Lee Jacko is so good. One of the most improved players I've seen over the last 6 months. This game cycle, he's been phenomenal. Westy into Sam Kano there. Of course he is. Of course he is. MXCR, excellent defending, but it's going to come straight back to him. They've got to go out to Ibes, who's forced to come back. Sentinel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kano. Excellent work. Really, really well defended from EXITO. And now chance to counter. Sam, MFC. Holds on to it just about. He's been fair. There's 4 white shirts out there. I mean, to be fair, that's probably the best they could hope for there. They win it back. Smudger slides it through. Oh, it's stabbed goalwards, and Matt D once again. It's a superb stop. And it's when we get world-class goalkeepers like these two. They ruin the stream for everyone else. This could have easily been 3-2, 4-2. Free header at the back post once again. It's a personal battle between these two. EXITO have had the chances, to be fair. Have they been clinical enough? I think we know the answer. This man certainly has. 1 shot, 1 goal. Jacko into Kano. Sentinel into Connolly. Ibes, excellent work. Basta. Brad Sheeran wins it back for EXITO once again, but Viner, look at that. Muscles his man out of it, and off Black Sheep go once again. It's been a really good game. It's probably a game I'd watch back again because... Oh, I'll tell you what, that ball over the top is going to make it, and there is Chris C. Finds the back of the net. There is life in this EXITO team still. The flame is still burning. Chris C's 9th of the season. Ghosted in behind. What a ball. Just as I was saying, what a good game this was. 22 world-class players on the pitch. You cannot argue that. Front to back, everywhere. Every single position, every single player. Dropping 7s, 8s, pluses. It's been an excellent watch. 2-1 to Black Sheep. Is there more drama? It's clubs. Of course, there's always drama in clubs, even when the players aren't playing. Exhibit A. Like I said, these two are playing each other in approximately 3 minutes' time. Kano, once again with the press. Space to run into, and I doubt he's going to do much with it out there. I can't lie. This is called game management, ladies and gentlemen. Devo all the way back there. Viner's not going to miss that header. Love you. Digs Connolly out for that hospital pass. Stick to goal scoring. Or that being, he's got 25 assists this season. Into stoppage time. C. Brennan has got so much space to run into. Inside it goes to Connolly. Sentinel to Ibasta, the match winner. Chance to go forward. They can't make it count. Kano pings that into the corner, and that's going to be for sure the last action of the game. Black Sheep have to hold on in there in the end, but in the end they get the job done and dusted. First half done. Those two play each other again shortly. We won't be there for it, sadly. We get the first spell, and it does finish. Black Sheep 2, EXITO 1. If you didn't see the game, there is absolutely no prizes for guessing who scored one of those 2 goals. The man on everyone's lips, boys and girls. I mean, if they put the replay on, I'll switch back over. Then I'll keep it on my ugly mug then. Right. Congratulations to Black Sheep. Commiserations to EXITO. EXITO, we follow you everywhere you go. You know how the song goes. And I'm sure we'll see you again next week. But Black Sheep marching up the table. They've got games in hand to play. They've got points to accumulate. They are going for that charge for the top of the UK Premier. And if they carry on playing like that, boys and girls, I don't see why it's not possible. Right then, let's go across to the VPG Esports Premier. You know the drill by now. Game 3 of 4, and it is second place NBD. And just look at the talent available. It's the stuff of dreams, isn't it? NBD second place in the league, 6 wins in a row. No Giannis again tonight, interestingly. Are these getting ready to jump into the game? They're so naughty. They're so lucky we're here. Quickly then. No Giannis, so it's Epan. I mean, that's not a bad substitution, is it? Epan and Robbins up front tonight. They've just got bags of goals between them. Robbins on 24 goals this season. More impressively, arguably, 30 assists. GSK, 3 wins in 5, 6 wins in 12. They are officially mid-table, like the actual middle of the table. And 6 wins from 12, I guess that makes sense, right? Joker, 14 in 35 for that man. He is their top goal scorer. Although I say that, they've just signed Magma as well, who was the top goal scorer in all of VPG, the Esports Premier. With Illegal Esports dropping off, I'm not really sure what happened there. He signed for fellow compatriots, GSK, and now they've made a Dream Strike Force with Magma and Jokers up front together. Lots of goals in this 2 teams. Watch it be 0-0. MBD did win the reverse fixture 5-1, so GSK got a little bit of retribution, a little bit of revenge maybe on their plate. They're away from home though, which doesn't normally help. If you hadn't guessed it now, MBD in the White England kit, despite repping France. GSK in the All Black, the team that had plenty of men forward there, given away to second place. And I say second place, they've got a game in hand over first place, but they are 14 points behind ALWAHA. And ALWAHA, since they lifted the VPG Champions E-League, they've just not stopped. They have just not stopped, win after win, whereas MBD chucked a couple of draws in back end of last week. 6 wins in a row, of course, across all competitions. But Tukku back in the team tonight. Slides it through expertly to Epan, one-on-one, squares up the goalkeeper. What on earth have I just seen? Neutrals smashes it against his own crossbar. It does a Frankie Lampard, bounces down off the line, stays out. And yeah, one of the craziest clearances I've ever seen, under no duress whatsoever. It was good defending from him initially. Tukku, by the way, silky skills. Cactus has to go over his own goal. And I tell you what, GSK, so good going forward. A lot to be desired at the back right now. It is. They are in Poland, of course. There could be some ping issues. You never quite know. We'll put it down to that. Morad into the back post. Lays heads over. Central centre-back tonight for Lays alongside Mookie and Kenny, former Fama man. Wakabashai in goal as he usually is for the Frenchman. Iparek loses out to Murad. His former side in action tonight. MZ. Jotka, their highest rated player. Excellent work from him. Nupek, good turn on the ball. Forced to go back home, but I don't think they'll mind that too much. Hetman down to Sin, aka Fabis. Like I said, GSK 5-1 defeat last time these two sides faced each other. And I guess stuff like that does not happen. Capone into Festic. 20 assists, by the way, this season. Epan gives it to Capone, who not normally in the opposition box. Nair, Epan to Robbins, squares his man up. Big Varmy and co doing everything they can, and Morad steps into an offside position. Big Varmy, the GSK manager, their CDM, he's going to have to do something, say something to rally his side. At the moment, they are being forced back. And to be fair, MBD do this to most teams they play. They're still 0-0, GSK. I don't think they'll mind that too much. Neutrals wins the initial header, but it falls back at the feet of NBD, who at the moment just want to keep on winning. And I tell you what, this is a very good way to go about it. Jotka, though, eventually loses out. Nupek does clear. And I tell you what, these two strikers haven't touched the ball yet, have they? 26 minutes in. It's been all NBD. Nothing to show for their possession and their field position so far. However, is it a case of when, not if? That's a superb stop from Cactus with the feet as well. The strike had venom in it. Excellent positioning from Cactus. Keeps NBD at bay for now. The free header from Mookie. Big Varmy off the line this time. They are hanging on in there, which normally means GSK are going to go and score in a second. Morad into the box. Hetman this time can't keep it on. NBD, another chance to turn the screw here. Ball comes in to the back post. Kenny with the... It was a tame header in the end, wasn't it? He headed it down like you're supposed to do, but he went a bit too far down. Cactus, that's bread and butter for him. Inside it goes. Big Varmy helps it on to Vicek. Edges is Fabis. Gives it to Barty, who's in tonight for Maniacson, who loves a goal on stream. So he's normally the person to open the deadlock for GSK. He's done it twice already this season. Is that what they're missing? I mean, Barty's come in 7 games this season already, so no stranger to this starting lineup. But he's playing centre midfield tonight, actually, and he just popped up in the opposition box, which, considering how much defending they're having to do, is a surprise player to pop up. And so is this man, CDM, Big Varmy, giving his best impression of a darting cam. Kenny definitely didn't want that, but he's world class, so he was able to turn his man on a centre-back build. Festic. And I tell you what, GSK are really growing into this game at the moment. Lay showed a little bit too much of it to his opposite number. Lives to fight another day. Neutrals does get a foot, but Epan keeps it under a spell. Tutku. Fabis does well. The wide midfielder helping out his defence, and they needed it there. They've needed it, to be fair, for this first 40 minutes. But GSK, like I said, growing into this game. Potentially growing in confidence as well. And that's what you need when you play a side like NBD. 6 wins in a row coming into this game tonight. Ball over the top, looking for Tutku once again. Strayed offside. Good line from GSK. Approaching half-time. Goalless so far. Maybe we should have stuck with maybe we should have stuck with Black Sheep. Is it worth going over there and checking the score? We'll do it. We'll do it. Jotka, excellent win, but Epan picks up the loose ball. Festic reverse pass into Morad. And I tell you what, Epan, for some reason, picked the pocket of Morad. Morad, 21 goals from wide midfield so far this season. Vicek into Jokers. His first touch in the opposition box, but Mookie, as he should do, pays him close attention. At the expense of a corner, though. And if you have a look at the clock, top left-hand corner, that should be time, but referee didn't let him swing it in. Mookie wins it again. Joker, for some reason, runs away from it, keeps it on. I think he was trying to get the corner, and that's probably why. Goalless at half-time. I don't normally do this, but let us go over. Let us go over just quickly. Just quickly. It's 0-0, 26 minutes in. We're not interested. Right. What do we make of that then, boys and girls? What do we make of that? It doesn't quite have the same spark that Black Sheep EXITO had to it. I think NBD at the moment, if they'd scored in that opening 20 minutes, I think there'd be 2 or 3 up by now. The fact that GSK held on, it just shows. This is why we love to watch GSK. They're such a good team. A very underrated team as well. And a side that's 13th, you know, mid-table, doesn't sound great. But when it's mid-table in the VPG Esports Premier, that means you're a bloody good side. And that is exactly what this GSK side are. I mean, I think GSK are happy with the way things are going. If they can remain astute at the back defensively and try and hit this NBD side on the counter-attack like they kind of have been doing. They've built well. They've gone direct when they need to. They've been patient when they need to. But I think from a neutral point of view, the game is just crying out for a goal. And I think neutrals will want that goal to be GSK's. Otherwise, I think, same applies. If MBD get the first, I think they'll go outside. Housekeeping GSK in the all black from left to right. Taking on second place NBD in the England kit. White trim. Blue shorts. 6 in a row. 2 games on stream in the last 3 streams. Both wins. 4-1 against Class on Tuesday. Very good value for that 4-1, as you would probably imagine. Capone looking for striker's feet. Hetman does well. Neutrals, who don't forget has probably come the closest to scoring for MBD. Rattled his own crossbar inexplicitly. Good work from GSK. Moving through the thirds. Vicek into Ipreg. Out wide it goes. Nupeg swings in. Cannons off the face of Capone. Big Varmy gets it under his spell now. Barty looking for striker's feet. That's what Nair is exactly there to do. Intercepts those balls into striker's feet. Robbins. Jotka does well. Second time of asking. Barty looking for striker's feet once again. It is Robbins. Space opens up. It's a fantastic save from Cactus. Excellent stuff. Big, strong wrist to it as well. Palms it out. Goes behind for a corner. Still 0-0. Game crying out for a goal. What can Mookie, Kenny and co do here? Mookie is the target. It is the side netting, and arguably other than naturals hitting the crossbar, arguably the closest we've come. Side netting from Mookie. Does enjoy a goal or 2 every now and then. Vicek into Ipreg. Great pass into Jokers. On the overlap is Vicek. Gets it goalwards, but Mookie is there. Looked tame, but it was goal bound. Kenny, fantastic turn. I've never seen a big man move so effortlessly like Kenny. Festic into Robbins. Nair. Nupek wins that higher. Vicek into Jokers. Slides it through to Barty. Gets the shot off, does Fabius, and I tell you what, it wasn't far off. A yard either side, and we're asking the question there. Capone into Epan, turns his man nicely. Finds Morad. Robbins, 30 yards from goal, slides it into Tutku. Nupek is there, excellent work from him. Vicek. Festic. Intercepts. MBD getting itchy feet right now. They know they need to keep the pressure on. ALWAHA, for what it's worth, 14 points behind with the game in hand. Them and Fama look the more likely just to keep the pressure on. But a draw here might very well be lights for any title push. And I tell you what, if not for Mookie and that expert positioning, could have been worse. MBD just offering more men forward on these attacks now, which is leaving them susceptible at the back. Here is Vicek in behind, gets to the byline, squares it across. Capone, superb work. 2 men left up, one of them being Epan for NBD. They've got 18 minutes to find a goal. Taken out, but that pace can't go around that last man, who I think was probably Jotka. Yes, it is Jotka. That turn of pace took him past 2 black shirts. It was neutral, sorry. Here is Jotka with the gloves. Nupek turns. There's a goal in this game somewhere. For sure. For sure. Vicek. Can't hold it up. 15 minutes to go. Which way is it going to go, boys and girls? It's not ending 0-0. I think we've only had 1 0-0 all season. Bearing in mind we're coming to the end of week 6. Kenny to Morad. Epan. Don't forget Robbins. 30 assists this season. Not just a goal scorer. Lays is the last man of defense. Jokers wins it higher. Vicek goes to the near post and Wakabashai digs his side out. Let's not name any names, but almost a self-destruct button, and there is the goal scoring button from Joka, the highest rated player for GSK, leading by example with that steam train of a header. And they might not be done here because Joker 7's going through on goal once again. Keeps it on, cuts it back to Nupek. Great stop. Blocked by Lays. NBD querying everything they believe in life. They have no idea how they are behind. GSK plucky as ever. Jokers turns his man. And this is what I mean. A goal will just change complexities of games, will change how teams approach it, and it's the first time we've seen Kenny get turned all night. His side just gone a goal down. GSK are buzzing right now as that ball is whipped across the MBD 18-yard box. They've got to go. They have got to go. Even a draw here. Even a draw here doesn't really do MBD any favours. 6 wins in a row before tonight. You can't say this second half it wasn't coming. GSK have been, well, first half they defended superbly. Second half I'd say they've matched MBD. And, you know, I was saying in the intro to this game, I was saying at half-time, GSK are a fantastic side. I genuinely think they're a very underrated side as well. If you're mid-table, if you're in the VBG Esports Premier, you're a very, very, very good side. If you're 13th, you're a very, very, very good side. But MBD are second for a reason. They don't tend to lose games. 6 wins in a row. A couple of draws every now and then. Ball comes in. It's loose. Iparek does well. Wakabashai's up. Barty wins it, but Festic pinches his pocket. Barty wins it back. Wakabashai comes flying in. Lays is literally the last line of defense once again. Apan swings it in. There's Cactus. Is that going to be it? He just needs to hold on to this ball now for 30 virtual seconds. Hetman getting charged down. Ball goes long. Headed down by Hyperegg, and there it is, boys and girls. Is it a smash and grab by GSK? Who knows, but the headline reads GSK 1, NBD 0. 3 points goes back to Poland. NBD beaten at home by surprise package GSK, and good value for it as well. Defended superbly that first half, played extremely well, attacked extremely well in the second half. Can't say fairer than that. NBD, I think the performance is there for sure. Performance is there. Nothing wrong with that performance whatsoever. It's just how can you keep matching ALWAHA, who are currently drawing, by the way. So that would be. I feel like MBD kind of want ALWAHA to lose to win this game, so it's not as a bigger blow. It was a chance to catch up. It was a chance to draw some more points in. And unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately for MBD. And Road to Fell are beating Famalicão 2-1. Road to Fell, bottom of the league. Famalicão, what am I seeing right now? I mean, I've got my face on the screen. You might as well just watch what I'm watching. Fama 2-1 down. Wow. Wow. It's NBD are going to be kicking themselves. 3 results that I tell you what, if you'd got these on an accumulator, you'd probably win the same amount as winning this league. Road to Foul. I mean, again, very similar to GSK. Just because of their league position, people sleep on them. They're a world-class side. GSK, world-class. Road to Foul, world-class. There's no two ways about it. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm still shocked. Hadji swings it in. It's going to be it. It's going to be it. Wow. Fama lose. ALWAHA drawing. Oh. I didn't think it was going to last very long. If you do have an ACCA on it, it's ruined. ALWAHA often ruin people's evenings. They have won their last 8 games in a row, by the way. Unbeaten in 27. We probably should have known. Right, let's talk about the teams then. I'm not sure who MZ were playing there. Is that Real Casareo? 3-1 loss there. Right, not the best prep going into this, whereas on the opposite hand, ALWAHA, very, very, very good prep going into this. MZ are at home. It was 3-1 loss at Real Casareo. MZ EFOOT, 17th in the VPG Esports Premier. I think they take that. I think they bite your hand off at this stage of the season. Especially with that loss, especially with playing ALWAHA now in the form that they're in. I think they take 17th place. Their first season in the VPG Esports Premier since they got promoted, and they did so very impressively as well. And now I think it's more consolidation than anything. Whether or not they would use a game against ALWAHA as kind of their yardstick, probably not. That being said, they looked very, very good when they played them earlier on in the season. Look, they ran out that night with a loss, 2-0. At this stage, with ALWAHA being unbeaten in 28, winning their last 9 games, I feel like a 2-0 loss to ALWAHA is a good result. That being said, MZ, you know, more than happy to play party poopers here, I guess. More than happy to play party poopers. And I think that's kind of what ALWAHA will have now, and that's probably what CE Europa just did to them there. Every single game from now until the end of the season, and truth be told, probably all season, is a cup final for every team that's playing against ALWAHA. The problem every other team have got is that ALWAHA don't care. ALWAHA don't care. We've seen teams buckle under pressure previously. I mean, to be fair, I hope he won't mind me saying, you know, we've seen a couple of Polga sides over the years fighting for championships, and then, you know, the last week and a half maybe, you know, go from 4th place and within 6 points of the league leaders down to finishing 7th or 8th. So it just shows you it does happen to the best of sides. Is it going to happen to ALWAHA this season? I don't think it is. And again, if you're a betting man, go and put some money on it, because you'd get very, very good odds on that. But the cut and thrust of it is MZ, before tonight, they had won 4 of their last 5. That now makes it 4 in their last 6. 5th in VPG France as well. Both these sides, of course, competing in VPG France. Morad, who we just saw, actually, very interestingly, for NBD. He is an ex-MZ player. Accidentally clicked the wrong thing earlier whilst making some notes. He was their top goal scorer last season, 33 in 46. So they've had to replace him this season as well, which obviously is going to be very, very difficult. Jimmy's their top goal scorer on 10 this season. Ace is also on 10, but he's missing tonight. I think that's the 2nd time in a row. Again, he's got the Dutton effect over at Bunny Club. Top goal scorer missing on stream. But Neymar, aka Rius FIFA, comes in. A new signing from FCVB. He's got 18 goals this season, so familiar with the back of the net. They'll be hoping he can do some damage tonight. It's going to be a tall order. MZ know that one. Of course they do. But, like I said, cup final for MZ and everyone who plays ALWAHA. Let's get into this game, shall we? Everyone's doing points. Yeah, happy level 90 day for those who celebrate. Enjoy the grind between level 80 and 90. I'm sure you all will. I'm sure you'll all be very active into the wee morning hours tonight, if not tomorrow and over the weekend. I will not be doing that. Just making sure those guys know, because I can see both teams are actually ready to go. Yeah, along with that 2-0 win, like I said, both of these guys play in VPG France as well. Last time these two clashed in VPG France, it was a little bit different to that 2-0. 6-1 to ALWAHA. I mean, MZ got the goal, so bully for them, but 6-1. Again, going through some of the recent fixtures, which I like to do, recent score lines. ALWAHA, like I said, they've just won their last 8 before tonight. Now their last 9 with that win against CE Europa. Before that, though, this is just their last 4 results, by the way. 7-2, 5-1, 4-1, 8-0. Like I said, they're quite good. Quite good, this lot. Alright, yeah, everyone's still doing their builds, which is a real pain. 2 secs, Polga says, whilst doing his build. I mean, we could pinch it now. It'd be really good to have. Wouldn't do that to him, would I? Would I? Come on. Come on. My finger's hovering over the button. Warren SG got the goal. Got the winner, sorry, in that last game. But it is Luca who is now their top goal scorer. He has managed to catch up. 44 goals this season for Luca. 44 in 56 games. 24 assists as well. He really, really can do it all. And I think, again, when you're talking about title charges, title winning seasons, the teams that tend to go all the way are the teams that tend to use the same 11 95% of games. We saw it with Team GMask a few seasons ago where they literally used 13 players all season. To me, that's wild. 13 players in an 8-week season. Unbelievable. ALWAHA, to be quite honest with you, I can't think of anyone who's come in and out, I guess. Yeah, I've always seen the same side, so yeah, Polga's just got to level 90. So he's putting his stats on. Oh dear. I mean, at least he's taking it serious. You know, he's not jumping in with outstanding points. Fair play to him. But we would like to get this game going, so Mr. ALWAHA, if you wouldn't mind. No, he's still got his stuff to put on. It's fine. We can wait. We can wait. Any more stats? Scores on the doors. Jimmy is the highest rated player. Also their top goal scorer. Technically not now. Ryu's FIFA's come in. He's on 18 for the season. Jimmy on 10. Sergio, aka Dubronx. He is their second highest rated. And Quashi. So 2 centre backs and a striker making up that top 3. Evening, Watty. Hope you're good, mate. On the other hand, ALWAHA, Polga's top. Of course he is. Of course he is. He's only got 40 assists this season. Only. I mean, that being said, Warren's got 50 assists. It's sickening, really, isn't it? They not only do they win a lot, they also score a lot. Yeah, Polga, Latoff is their second highest rated player, and Saren in third. What a season Saren's having, by the way. Love that man. Excellent player. Called up to the big leagues. Doing the business. Doing the business. How you getting on tonight, Wally? Or are you guys off? Looks like we are one away from being ready to go. Whose stream do you want? Who's got the best quality? I do like a Polga Reacts every now and then, but 1080p, can't turn our nose up at that, can we? Right, let's stick with the home side. Players to look out for. Bachira is absolutely fantastic player. For sure, look out for that man. HB is also very good cam. They've had to replace of course, Lindsay Heaps, who was their cam for the start of the season. Difficult player to replace, but HB, I'm sure, is up to the task. Just about to play EVORA, presumably in Elite B. They're second, bro. I'm sure you'll do fine. Good luck. And good luck to both of these sides as well, for what it's worth. It is MZ, the home side, kicking from right to left. ALWAHA. Although ALWAHA on here are the home side for some reason. I mean, they both play in France. I don't think anyone cares. And what a save by Kev. Wow. I was literally just about to write their obituary because ALWAHA just cut through them like a hot knife through butter. But Kev, fair play. It's his cup final for sure. Dubronx at the back post wins that. Elias heads it down to Latoff. To Warren SG, whose shot was so magically saved seconds ago. Atsu. Polga drops the shoulder, gives it to Elias, cuts inside. Dreezy intercepts. Dez intercepts. Watsu, Jimmy picks up the loose ball. I would say it's a chance for MZ just to put their foot on the ball, but having watched them a couple of times this season, they are not that type of team. They are more than happy to get the ball and go direct, go forward. Good attacking intentions. Exhibit A into Jimmy's feet. Ruse FIFA. Good turn. Had a man running behind there. Instead gives it to HB. Over the top from Polga, of course, finds its target. The target is Luca NR1. Dubronx shoves him off the ball. Goes long. Picked up. I say by Dreezy, but it's given away. Jimmy draws in what I thought was a foul, but when you're at the top, they're not given against you. Dreezy drops the shoulder and off ALWAHA go. Far side, Elias and Polga exchanging passes. Dreezy into Polga. First time into Warren. MZ win it back. Good ebb and flow to this game. Here is the cam. HB, far side, green to run into. Swings it into the mixer. La is there. And it's Latoff who wins it back. End-to-end stuff. I'm not really sure. I mean, look, I always say from sat up here, the best remedy playing these sides is to introduce chaos, is to give them something to think about. I think MZ at the moment are being a bit too chaotic. By that, I mean maybe leave an extra player up on attacks. You're just trying to fight fire with fire. I'm so here for it. But I'm not sure it's going to pay dividends. We'll wait and see, of course. We'll wait and see. I would love it to. I would love it to. As much as I love ALWAHA, we need to give the other sides in this league a chance. Because they are runaway leaders, especially after the results we've just seen. Luca NR1's old side, Fama, succumbing to a 2-1 defeat at the bottom of the league. And here he is. Oh, it's sensational stuff. It's so good to watch. Luca fakes left, goes right, hammers it home. And how the fates differ. Just mentioning Famalicão, and he pops up with a goal that sends his side basically 18 points clear with 2 weeks left of football to play. ALWAHA take the lead within 23 minutes. And it is Luca NR1, goal number 45 for the season. Like I said, still 2 weeks left, boys and girls. 45 goals. Quashi into Leeds. MZ now, I think, just probably realizing how chaotic that first 26 minutes was. As Jimmy tries to pick it up. Even that, even just retaining the ball against ALWAHA is difficult because they're so good all over the park. They've cherry-picked this starting 11. It's so well balanced. It's arguably the most balanced 11 we've seen for a title winning. Say less, 8 ball. Here is HB. Up from Cam. smashes it home from 12 yards. And MZ, this is why we love watching them so much. They don't care. They don't care about the result. They just want to put on a show for us. And putting on a show, they are doing. They draw level 6 minutes after conceding. MZ 1, ALWAHA 1. This one's going to be a bit of a barnstormer, I think, as they go direct once again. And yeah, as I was talking about balance, MZ find a chink in that balance. Rios forgets the ball, manages to dig it out to the goal scorer, HB. We did single him out at the beginning of this game as a player to watch. Very, very good player. Leds loses out to his opposite number, Sarin. Out he comes with the ball, gives it to one of the 2 goal scorers, Luca. Warren. Sarin on the overlap, given absolute freedom in this ALWAHA side. La with the clearance, headed down by Latov, who's having a great game. Polga, 35 yards out, over the top it goes, heads home. For some reason, Kev, look, it's a header back to the goalkeeper. EA are struggling. EA are in the mud. Kev did well, because I know fine well EA was not letting him pick that ball up. Mudded. Speaking of which, the MZ backline here, bit muddy themselves, but Kev tips it over the crossbar. Excellent stop from him. He's been brilliant this opening 40 minutes. Chance to keep the pressure on for ALWAHA league leaders, runaway league leaders. Back post, free header, Soen. It's been done so many times before. Assist number 25 for Luca NL1. If you've got him in your dream team, there you go. There you go. Let's into Jimmy. Into the box it goes. Elias clears. HB loses his man. Slides it through to Bachir, who's had a quiet first half over on that far side. Sarin into striker's feet. Warren turns on it. Into Dembu's back post is Sarin, finds the top of the corner. And boys and girls, we were talking about the freedom that Sarin gets in this side. That is why he's given this freedom. It's not just he plays centre midfield, we'll let him do what he wants. It's very much you play centre midfield because you're crashing that box like a young Frank Lampard. Carry on doing what you're doing. And look, if that front 5, I guess, aren't going to do it, then why not leave it up to Sarin? It's half-time. It's 3-1 to ALWAHA. It doesn't paint a total picture of the first half, but it's still pretty accurate. It's still pretty accurate. I feel like we got the correct result, but we didn't have the correct workings out. MZ EFOOT, I mean, again, fair play to them, because they're fighting fire with fire. They're putting on a show for us. I really, really appreciate it from a neutral point of view. I don't think they rocked up tonight. Last game on a Thursday. I don't want to be playing ALWAHA. If I'm ever going to play ALWAHA, I want it to be in the middle of the week on a Tuesday where I can literally just roll it in with another 3 games and just forget about it when we inevitably get beat. I don't want to play ALWAHA and them upset me on the last game of a Thursday before the long weekend, a VPG-less weekend. So the fact that MZ are willing to fight fire with fire, to not park the bus, to not put 10 men behind the ball, fair play to them. I hope they get what they want out of this game. What that is, I don't know. Of course, it's going to be 3 points in an ideal world. And look, some of their play so far, I wouldn't begrudge them. I wouldn't doubt. You know, if you said to me they're going to score 2 goals here, I would 100% believe that. If you said to me they're going to keep a clean sheet in this second half, I would not believe you there. And it's nothing to do with them. It's everything to do with ALWAHA. Rios into Jimmy. Gets the shot off. Blocked by Dembouz. What a save by Benito. Excellent stuff from him. And the player fell down on the floor. And that's exactly how it feels to play against this ALWAHA side. Benito making a name for himself this season. A breakout season for that man. Was entrusted with the golden gloves this season. Polga gets dragged down. Probably not for the first time this season. Definitely not for the last time this season. Smack bang on a halfway line. It's ALWAHA to restart. Dreezy big switch. Put under a bit of pressure is Soen. One of 4 goal scorers tonight. Excellent work from ALWAHA. Polga on the overlap. Bit of a speed burst as well from the Frenchman. Elias, Luca, Saren. One-touch football from the league leaders. Jimmy hands it off to HB. It's not a bad little plan, is it? Slides it through to Rius on the overlap. Asking a lot from Bachira. Oh, he's played off his own leg. It looked promising. He did ask a lot of Bachira. Bachira whipped out some skill. But it did not come off. Well, it did come off his leg. Warren SG. 50 assists, by the way, this season. I forgot to mention that. 50. More than Polga. Fires it across. Looking for 51. Washi does well. MZ 17th in the VPG Esports Premier. That'll do nicely for them as they go into Season 18 next season. A VPG Esports Premier side. That's kind of what they want. That's got to be the goal for them this season, especially this stage of the season. HB into Rius. Turns. Slides it through. Toff does well. HB picks up the loose ball. Dreezy's there this time. Unleashed to Warren. Leds does really, really well. HB under pressure. Superb work from him. Off MZ go again. I love watching this side. Gets the shot off. Benito saves and holds it as well. It's frantic. Both sides are more than happy to play frantic football. Look at the press as well from MZ. Fair play to them. Soen. The problem is ALWAHA can play through presses. There's nothing wrong with that press whatsoever. ALWAHA are just that good. Polga into Saren. 3v3. Dembooz into Polga. Reverse pass. Here is Ryad. It's sensational stuff. Good defending again from MZ, to be fair. Bachira now. Greenery to run into. For some reason, he's decided to come back. He needs to back himself there. It's the MZ way. Back yourself. Either swing it in or take on the man. Back to HB it goes. Saren loses out. Latoff. I've not seen Latoff had a bad game since he came back this game cycle. Cementing his place as one of the best centre-backs in the world. Easily. Easily now. When you're that consistent over almost 2 seasons now. And obviously before that, you know, we're talking about him being in top 10, top 15 without question. And now it's top 5 talks. Polga turn. Kwashi is there. HB loses out to Ryad. White shirts pouring forward here. Kwashi wins it. HB, bit of space to operate in. Jimmy exchanging passes with La. Far side. 15 minutes to go. MZ, stranger things have happened here. Finds Jimmy as Benito again is equal to it. Excellent stop from that man. What a season he's having as well. Lifted the Champions League earlier this season. On course to lift the VPG Esports Premier Trophy as well. Flicked on. Latoff is there to tidy up. MZ keeping the pressure on. Bachira, they've had a really, really good second half. And I joked. I say I joked. I was being deadly serious. I didn't see them keeping a clean sheet in the second half. That was, I will caveat that with what a ball that is from Latoff. He's so good. He is literally so good. Squares it across. Luca, one more. Kashi is there, but he's going to get a second stab at it. Leds to Dubronx. Out he comes. I can see him getting a nosebleed. The pass inside was poor, though. Picked off, and white shirts, again, pouring forward. They want this second half goal. I have no idea why. They're 3-1 up. They don't need it, but it looks personal to them. Excellent clearance by Adele. Saren wins it back. Ryad forced to come inside. Warren SG. Luca slides it through. Dubronx and co doing their best. And at the back post. Is he offside? Yes, he is. The clean sheet is intact. The second half clean sheet anyway. Yeah, I will caveat with that I said they weren't going to keep a clean sheet in the second half unless this goes in. I don't need to explain myself. With the fact that I said they could score 2. I think it's be really, really difficult for them to do both of those things. Nigh on impossible. Oh, la. What is EA doing to your son? The through ball was superb. His run was superb. Didn't lock him on for no fault of his own. 5v3 here in favour of Abdel, apparently. Excellent work from him. He's been superb this second half as well. I mean, MZ have been great the whole game. It's just ALWAHA have been greater, which is usually what happens with these types of games on stream. ALWAHA just get the job done. That's what they're here to do, boys and girls. Runaway league leaders get the job done twice in 2 games tonight. That first win against CE Europa 2-1 from pretty much nowhere. A late goal from Warren SG. And of course, that... I mean, you could argue it was done and dusted at halftime. They had to withstand a lot of MZ pressure in that second half. But, again, they get the job done. That league table is going to look very, very depressing to anyone who's not an ALWAHA fan. I can't lie. By my calculations, that probably puts them 17, 18 points clear. Is it a foregone conclusion? I mean, perhaps so, perhaps so. Anything other than an ALWAHA league title win here, something's gone horrifically wrong. Right then, boys and girls, that is done and dusted. No Zek, that is done. 4 games tonight. As per usual, thank you very much for joining us. Monday and Tuesday, you'll either get no stream or someone new streaming those games. I am away, back this time next week though. So keep an eye on socials and keep an eye on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed and turn notifications on so you know whether to tune in or not. I do believe, now we've got a couple of casters here at VPG, you should get some more games, but don't hold me to that. You can, I won't be here anyway. I will see you personally on Thursday. I'll be tuning in, obviously, like you guys, Monday and Tuesday. But for now, if you've got any more games tonight, good luck. And I will see you next week. Enjoy your weekends. Cheerio.